It is Monday night once again, and we are live in the Madhouse. I am Tommy Marr. This is the Maverick Soul Hour, and we got a good one for you again tonight. Tonight's going to have we're going to take a little ride through the history of rock and roll. We're going to bring you right up to date with what's happening today. But before we get started, I want to talk a little bit. I know last week we did a rerun last week only because I wanted to send out as good of vibes as we possibly can for our brother and one of our greatest friends, Neville Chesters. Neville, I hope you're watching over in England. I hope you're getting better. Give me a call. It's been about a week now, but just to bring everybody up to date, he's finally getting going with the doctors, and they're starting to make some moves now. So things are starting to be. He's bedridden, so he can't even get out of bed. But they are starting to make some headway with moving him forward medically. So Neville, as always, you are in our prayers, and God bless you. And we might have to even come over and see you over there. And you know me, for me to go over there, it's going to be. We might have to do that. But we definitely send our prayers out to you. Stay in touch, and God bless you. Tonight, we have something special. We have a band, a fairly new band. The band is called the Infantry. And sitting to my right over here, we have Matt McKeon.
Yes, we do.
Now, you are the lead singer in the band, or
yes,
basically?
I am. Yeah, lead singer. Luckily, I found Dennis and Billy through a mutual friend, and so when I was about 16 years old, and a decade later, we're still doing the same old blues rock, living the same kind of awesome music that we've always enjoyed.
Cool.
And luckily, we're here with you tonight.
Oh, there you go. Okay, and to my far left over here, I'm going to mess this up again now, Bill Caridi.
That's me. Hey.
He's got it.
Thank
He's
you.
got it. Look at that.
Look at
Vocals, guitar, bass, right?
that. Yeah.
Whatever's needed that
More or
evening,
less,
right?
yeah. I'm like a utility guy. I play the outfield.
A jack of all trades.
I pitch sometimes on the weekends, you know.
That's better than
Right
catch.
down the middle. No.
Before I introduce my next guy, I do want to say that the drummer is here. He's camera shy tonight. Len Minervini, right? Minervini. He's a little camera shy tonight, I guess.
He looks handsome like no other. He looks like Clark Kent right now. I'm telling you.
He does look a little like Clark Kent.
Right?
Yeah.
He should be out here on stage.
It'd be great
with
if you
us,
could do
but,
a run-by. Or
I
come up
respect
here.
him, so we'll keep Clark Kent's
Gotta do
identity
his
a
thing.
secret. Yes.
Let's do his thing. Okay, and then to my left, Mr. Dennis Folger. So, Dennis, tell me how this happened, and tell me what your mission is. I know you're on a mission, but I want everyone to understand from, what your whole mindset was, what your vision was, and, how is it the wave going along?
Well, we're sitting here, making music together, and I guess the mindset was go with your gut, do what was in your gut. All of us when we got together, we were really into, I guess, very heavily influenced by the classic, what you would call the classic rock thing, I guess, and that's kind of where we started with it, and we want to basically convey something that's modern sounding, but with a classic twist, a classic influence. And, that stuff it's great music. It's never going to die, and we're here doing it.
All right, now, you are being a little modest, but because I know that you do have a deep history in classic rock music.
Yeah.
That I know. And
Yeah.
that goes back a long way with your dad, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, just let the people know a little bit about what he did, and and it'll give them a better idea of where your head is at and how you got there.
Well, that's probably why my mindset is that way. Thanks, Dad. I grew up basically around, I guess, what you would call classic rock. My father was a road manager for a lot of groups.
And just name a couple that, because I know them, but
Cactus, Tommy James and the Shondells, The Illusion, think it was even on a Manfred Mann tour. It was on the last Hendrix tour. The list goes on and on. So I got the opportunity to kind of sit and talk with and meet and learn from, guys that I idolized. I mean, when I was a kid, how many kids could say they sat down with, rock drum legend Carmine Appice and, he's telling you what a crazy SOB your father is. I mean, that blew my mind. It made such an impression on me. It's something that's still, still taking effect, if you will.
But see, this is why I really wanted you guys to come on the show, because I think, I actually see a rebirth of classic rock music with the youth, where I think we lost it for a long time, like the 90s and early 2000s, and just in the last 3, 4, 5 years maybe. I don't know what's bringing, probably these outdoor venues and that where they are slipping classic rock bands in and stuff and giving them a taste, and people saying, hey, man, this stuff isn't bad. So, I mean, what I want to create here is the illusion of how, the youth can come back to the classic rock era, because I agree with you. I don't think it's something that will ever go away or should go away. And I'm only speaking for myself, I really believe there hasn't really been much music in the last 20 years, to be honest with you. I really don't. But I know who's still selling out the big stadiums.
Sure.
And they're guys that are 70 years old.
Right.
So obviously there was something there of substance.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just glad that when I see young people like you guys, tuning into that, it just brings hope back to guys like us, that, didn't want to see it slip away. You know what I mean? And I take my hat up to you guys, and I just really dig where you're coming from and where you're going to.
Right.
And I think with your background and with everything that you know and what you've been taught and what you've seen and heard, it's a great baton to pass on.
Yeah.
Where, guys your age not many people have ever had the opportunity that you had.
Right.
I mean, you've actually sat down and probably in your kitchen with legends.
Yeah.
That people only dreamt about meeting.
Uh-huh.
And it's great that you are snowballing that and keeping it going.
Yep. Well, it's like I said, you got to go with your gut, especially now. We're in like a digital age, and it just makes it that much harder for music to be an art form. I mean, years ago it was an art form, and you had, I've said this a million times, you only had 45, 50 minutes for a record. Now you've got 80 minutes, and everybody just wants to jam-pack everything they can onto the disc.
And it's not just that. And again, I know you're going to say he's saying it again. But again, as Neil Young says, one of the biggest problems with today's music, it's too perfect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If I want to hear on a record what it sounds like live, you know what I mean?
Well,
I don't want to hear perfection. I don't want to hear somebody that really can't sing have their vocals in a studio and then they come up live and I'm like,
I feel the same way. The error of man, the faults that you hear within a performance are sometimes the things that link you closest to that performance.
Absolutely. I mean, I have always been a believer in if you can't do it live, don't record it.
Right.
Exactly.
Because if I won't mention any bands' names, but I've gone to concerts where I
think we
really
could all mention a few.
I listened to the album, and then I got there, I was like, is this the same guys? And that's what's great about it.
Right.
The imperfections are sometimes the best things. I mean, like Zeppelin. I mean, I don't think they've ever played a song the same ever twice.
Not live.
Because they can't.
I don't anywhere. I don't think they've ever, I mean, every album you'll never hear a note for note song from Zeppelin, never.
No.
And you can't deny what they've done, and that they'll be around for a million years. You know?
Yeah. Like that stuff is timeless.
No doubt about it.
Like I was saying before, today you've got, 80 minutes, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. That eliminated a lot of the
Sure.
The garbage right away. You only had, room for stuff that would impact people. And that's why all the classic stuff is classic, so yeah.
You lose the experience because no one wants to go out and buy the record anymore. They'll just pick up one song, one track, and MP3 online.
And I mean, at this point, what's the point of buying the song when you can find some way to download it?
Right.
And at that point, because it's so easy to grab a hold of, it loses its meaning at that point.
Absolutely, no question about it. So let me just go down the line. I just want from my own head, like, give me your two.
Two?
I don't want to say your two greatest, but most influential.
It's really difficult for me to do that. I would have to say I can't answer you because I have so many influences and so many different weird and absurd kinds of music. But if you would say two artists, try to stick to classic rock, Frank Zappa, Captain Beefheart, Blue Cheer.
Ooh.
You know,
I love
Joy Division. I
See,
love.
but-
I think they could fall in there. Joy Division, the '70s into '80s band. There's tons. There's tons.
What's the favorite live concert you've ever been to?
I hate to say it, but the first concert I went to with my brother, he was much older than me, and I was a young kid. It was at Jones Beach, and yeah, we saw Motley Crue and the Scorpions.
Oh, nice.
Good stuff.
Nice. There you go.
I thought he was gonna say. I thought he was getting us ready for like Britney Spears.
No.
No, that's cool.
Motley Crue and
What
Scorpions,
about you?
great show.
My two biggest influences.
Not influence. I mean, who? The albums that you played most.
Let's see. Moondance, Van Morrison. It's a great record. I don't know. There are so many. I can't think of any other albums. Electric Ladyland, Jimi Hendrix. I think that whole thing is like a sonic painting. It's one of my favorites. So there's just so many groups. I mean, then again, I'm also kind of biased growing up around the stuff I did. One of my biggest influences was Cactus. I don't know if you know, I guess you know those guys.
Yeah, we know them.
So I guess, yeah, that's me.
And how about you there?
And what about me? As far as I guess albums are concerned, or
bands,
just
you know,
bands in
you know,
general.
Who like, I mean, I'm a Zeppelin guy. I love
I mean, personally, when I think of Zeppelin, I think they embody most of everything that I find to be true about heavy music. It's kind of hard to say that they're not a heavy band because of, I mean, their natural organic way of the way that the riffs were, the way they played. It's just something that you really can't deny.
Well,
that.
I mean, Hendrix was the one who, well, I mean, so many did, but I mean, that guy he brought a new wave in, and without question, Jimmy Page brought a new wave in that still exists today.
Yeah, especially because, like, I praise Zeppelin just because, I mean, as far as, when it comes to
perfection.
Well,
You know what?
you think about the longevity. The longevity they had.
And not only
now.
that, they were so good to watch.
Oh my
You
God!
know, I mean, Robert Plant, you had guys that did flips and backflips and stuff. That guy would just flicker, and you couldn't take your eyes off the
and I think
guy,
the dynamic between Plant and Page was something that didn't even exist at that point. They really invigorated something else between the dynamic duo of rock and roll at that point.
I'll tell you, I had Les Zeppelin on my show.
I saw that.
Oh,
And
yeah, I
let me
have
tell
heard
you
of them.
something, man. They're real close, and I'll tell you, they put a show on that's incredible.
I think I fell in love on that episode.
I did too. I'll tell you, I love them girls. Those girls. I think they're incredible. I really do. Well, they just were over in England with Jimmy Page.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yeah, another thing about
hey girls,
dig
when
about
you coming back?
what I dig about, you were talking about Zeppelin. I mean, I really respect anybody that is producing their own stuff. Which Jimmy Page, he was, the man with all that stuff.
Yeah, and you talk about things like we were just talking about how today's music is so perfect. Not that they're capable of being perfect, but in the studio they come out perfect.
Sure.
But like even like on Whole Lotta Love, when you hear Plant in the back, a lot of people don't know that wasn't set up like that. He was in the other room recording vocals,
Sure.
and it bled through.
Sure.
And Page heard that and said, "You know what? I'm just going to leave
Leave
it
it,
there."
yeah.
I mean, I love stuff like that.
And that's kind of like what we do. I mean, we get together and we're producing our own stuff. I mean, if there's a sound we have in our head, who's going to know better than what we're doing? I mean, You can talk to another engineer or a producer till you're blue in the face, but at the end of the day, what you're doing is only going to sound like what's in their head, unless you know how to lay down your own
I
tracks.
mean, I give you, we just started a new project last Tuesday night.
Right.
Now, 4 guys that never played together walked in the studio. 3 of them never met each other. And we walked in, and the first thing we did, before we even did anything, we made a new record.
Yeah.
And we were just listening to it on the way here. And I mean, I'm like, this is really a good song. I mean, it's really a good song. And it was an accident. We just warming up and getting, feeling each other out. You never know, you just never know. It's
So
all about feel, soul, and, what you got in your soul and your spirit. And,
Right.
and that's what brings out the good stuff. To me, I like emotion. Like when I watch people, I want to see emotion. I watch singers. You're a singer.
Yeah.
I watch them. I watch the veins. I watch everything. I mean, I want to know that they mean.
I got
what they're
this
saying.
one vein that pops out right here. You'll probably see it later
All
on.
right. But that's what I dig that. But I think we're going to go to a quick commercial. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about your new project, and we'll be right back. Hang in there with the Maverick Soul. We'll be back in a couple moments.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
I am Tom Mealy for the Harrison Law Group, and I have been telling you for years that getting involved in an automobile accident is no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. If you've been involved in an accident of any kind and you go to a law firm that says you have no case, it's simple. It's because they can't do it and they don't get it. You need to call us directly at 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
YesWeCare.net is a 501c3 charity that provides help to veterans and their families. Please visit YesWeCare.net and donate in any way you can by purchasing our beautiful framed prints or relaxation CDs and DVDs, even smooth jazz CDs. YesWeCare.net. Remember, our troops are on their way home. They need all the support they can get. YesWeCare.net.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
We are back, and I am sitting here with Infantry, and I'm going to keep this thing moving along real quick tonight. So I just want to mention something before we play this first song out of their new project that I don't think you even have a name for this album yet.
It's a self-titled record.
Okay, but we do have a famous player on this first cut that you're going to listen to, Jim McCarty from Cactus. And I mean, just so you know, Jim McCarty is probably one of the greatest guitar players that has ever lived. I mean, this guy, Ted Nugent even said, I saw Jimmy creating, he plays a hollow body jazz guitar because of Jimmy McCarty. And he says because he gets in big fat full chords like he did on Stranglehold. And he said, I learned from Jimmy McCarty. And remember that name. He is as important as Bo Diddley, Chuck Berry, and Les Paul. So just so you know, this is Jimmy McCarty on this cut with these guys. So get yourself tight. Here we go. All right. The band has just informed me that they made a mistake. That was not Jim McCarty on that. That was Tim Bogart from the Vanilla Fudge and Cactus playing bass on that, which is also a friend of ours. Tim, I hope you're watching out there in California. Hope you're doing well. And we got Michelangelo and guitar George Fedden sitting here too, and they send their regards also. But nice groove on that one, man. Nice
Thanks.
groove. What do we want to do next?
We have another cut there.
We have
on the
Carry
list.
On.
Yeah, Carry On.
That's the
Another,
one with Jimmy, right?
no. Carry
No,
On.
why
is-
don't we go to that? Why don't we keep moving?
Carry On is another original of ours, and it was actually co-produced by all of us with Mike Riccadella, who's
Okay.
the drummer for. He was in The Illusion, Barnaby Boy.
Right.
You know.
Well, Barnaby Boy was just in here twice.
I love
They
the.
just-
I did the whole road crew thing with those guys.
Yeah,
I used
good
to-
guys, good guys.
I love those guys.
All right, Janine, can we play a part of Carry On, number 2?
The echoes that pass through the early breeze. I hear the voice, but I dimly see. I close my eyes and breathe the melody. I stepped outside where lies that naked trace. The hush and hum of the scattered leaves. I stand beside and feel the harmonies. An old rhyme with new lines to carry on the song. And every time you hear it, you insist to move along. Jimmy played his guitar with his toe. He plays the rock right with the roll. Jimmy even beat arpeggio.
All right, that was a little taste of Carry On. Now, I believe you guys got it this one, right? Jim McCarty on this one.
Yep.
This one's called Keep Moving. So let's go. Hit it, Janine.
Ooh, love this track.
You're going to like this.
Come
Yeah. Now that was Jim McCarty right there. That'll put you in a nice little mood. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Listen, we got to move along here. We're going to go to a quick commercial. We're going to come back with a special guest. We'll be right back. Get yourself tight. We'll be right back.
I am Tom Mealy for the Harrison Law Group, and I have been telling you for years that getting involved in an automobile accident is no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. If you've been involved in an accident of any kind, and you go to a law firm that says you have no case, it's simple. It's because they can't do it and they don't get it. You need to call us directly at 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
YesWeCare.net is a 501c3 charity that provides help to veterans and their families. Please visit YesWeCare.net and donate in any way you can by purchasing our beautiful frame prints or relaxation CDs and DVDs, even smooth jazz CDs. YesWeCare.net. Remember, our troops are on their way home. They need all the support they can get. YesWeCare.net.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
We are back, and I have my special friend, my old brother from another mother, Mr.
different
George
different
Fedden
planet
with me
and
here
another
tonight.
mother.
And Dennis, I think you would like to say a little something to George.
How are you, George? Good
I'm
to
fine,
see you.
Dennis. I'm fine. I've known Dennis for some years. I knew his dad, Lance. Yeah, we had a lot of interesting times together. How are you, Dennis? It's good to see. As I say, and quoting Willie Dixon, you can't have fruits without roots, and that boy's got roots. Okay, so you know, dig what he's putting down with this stuff, and of course he's playing a great guitar too. I think.
Well, I would like Dennis to talk a little bit about this guitar.
Well, I love it, and you're going to hear it on some of the, some more tracks that are coming out. But this was a guitar made for me by Mr. George Fedden. I love this thing. These acrylic guitars, man, they have a sound all their own. What else can I say about it?
You can clearly see that.
Yeah. Oh,
But
funny. Actually, I was trying to get together with George for years, and we talked about several times over the past maybe 10 years about the guitar, and I guess maybe scheduling or what have you. It just wasn't happening, and where does the story go from there, George?
well, it was in the stars too. There's a connection here. That Dennis has become sort of like an adopted son to me. Same birth date as my late son Pete, and these guitars are for Pete's Sake series guitars. Dennis and I have a connection. He lost his dad last summer, and I lost my son, and so there's an intertwining thing going on here. And I told him that the connection is here. This is it. We're connected. And the music thing that he's going on and where he's going from what what he's gone through in the past and the roots and everything that's culminated up to this. That's why it took long. It was just not the right time.
You're right.
So now it's the right time, and bam, here it's spring, it's blossoming, and you guys have a great sound.
Yeah, they do.
It's really good.
Thank you.
Oof.
Let me see that a second, Dennis. Just so I want to let the people know, because I know that you guys that do watch the show know of my man over here, George. He does make these incredible, incredible guitars. He makes them with liquid in them. He makes them with lights in them. But I also want you to know that, George is one, I believe you're the only non-musician to have a guitar hanging in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, someday when I grow up, I'm going to be a musician, so maybe I'll change.
Well,
I know my place in this business.
you're in a, let me tell you,
I like
this
what I
business
do.
can't survive without the George
Yeah, yeah,
Fenton,
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
for sure.
The-
But
everything works.
I want you to know, and anybody that is interested, George,
Yeah, we make them here in Deer Park, Long Island, and God, you're going to love me for this. I'm technically advanced. I don't remember what the email address is even on this.
well, look him up on Facebook.
Your charge is so funny. Yeah.
His manager is asleep on the couch
Oh,
over
man,
there, so we
that's
can't
too
ask
funny.
her.
Right on.
But this thing, I'm in love with this guitar. It's going to be all over the new tracks.
Good stuff.
They actually do have an incredible tone to them. I mean,
You
Andre
know,
LaSalle has played
I'll say
that one.
something about this particular piece, though, that's different. You know how people say, some people say that Gibsons are better sounding guitars than Fenders. And everyone has their own opinion. But a lot more I've heard about that, and it has to do, I think, with the scale length being a little shorter. Now, this piece is the 80th piece, the 79th piece I think I've done, and it has a Gibson scale about it. So that's why I tucked that bridge up in there. This guitar sounds so much better than it did when it was in the Gibson body.
Well, that is
it was
another
in.
great thing about what the
Yeah,
guitars you do make.
the-
Each one is individually created not only in looks, but in sound.
Well, you said before that I make them with lights in them and with liquid in them. Well, these got, the For Pete's Sake series has soul in them so deep. Oh, man.
And that you can't buy.
No. It comes out. So
Absolutely.
the people that play them feel it, and the people that listen to it know it.
Well, I've seen
You
a lot
know?
of people play them, and every person I've ever seen play them just
Right,
go,
right. No, I'm not new to it. I'm true to it. Okay, thank you, Parita, wherever you are.
And it's so resonant. This thing is so got such a sustain.
It does.
What more can I say about it?
Yeah.
It's a great
Just
guitar.
Well,
keep it clean.
I gotta
like George said, the best thing about this guitar is what it means.
Oh yeah.
The spirit and the soul that's involved in this. That every time you must touch it, it's got to light something up inside.
Yeah, I see a little flash go through my head because there's
But
a
you
whole.
have to feel it.
Oh yeah, there's a whole story
Yeah.
there.
You know your dad's coming through there
Yeah.
too. I mean, I don't want to get you,
No,
but
it's there. It's
and,
there.
And I know this man long enough to know when he made this guitar, he made it with everything in thought. That I
Oh,
know.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
It's
was-
absolutely true. That's what's so cool about it. This is my legacy. These are my kids. I'm connected to every piece that I make.
Right.
Right.
And this guitar, you knew where it was going. Who it was
Right.
going for, so.
Right. And like everything that I make, I say the best jobs draw blood. This one might have, but it's okay.
All right. Well, listen, we want to get these guys up. They're going to do a little acoustic set for you up here. George, as always.
Oh yeah,
Never-
I'm going to listen to this with both ears. Yeah.
George's family, so we love him.
Thank you.
So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to get the Infantry right up here, live in the Madhouse, doing a little something for you. So we'll be right back. Get yourself tight.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
All right, we are live in the Madhouse on the Maverick Soul Hour. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you and the world, Infantry.
Thank you very much. This goes out to Shawnee. Pyramid, visionist, get on with this. Is heaven bliss? To the test, ventriloquist, caught in the jest, put to the test. Now holds the mess. I'm an insect, scale is intact. I'm really absurd to put you through this. Thespian insist on the eyelid, relinquish search at Fort Spencer, bargaining dirt. I'm really upset to put you through this. Everything that I know, triumphant man, a sharp depression, roses are red, violets are dead. 100 ways to kick me in the head. Still haven't fed a barnacle bed. saw you dancing and singing. I swear I nearly went insane. With every move and line, you took me by surprise. Fell in love so hard it gave me some pain. Ooh, the look in your eyes could put a hole through a cloud. I've never seen you look so sexy and red. And when you looked dead on, you were singing the song. This is what she sang. Don't say that you love me. Don't say that you want me. Don't say that you know me, 'cause you don't even know who I am. Don't say that you love me. Don't say that you need me. Don't say that you know me, 'cause you don't even know who I am. Don't say that you love me. Don't say that you want me. Don't say that you know me, 'cause you don't even know who I am. Don't say that you love me. Don't say that you need me. Don't say that you know me, 'cause you don't even know who I am. A little bit more lively this time. Come on down, don't be afraid. Here's where all good things are made. Sit back close, sit right here. I'll tell you all you want to hear. Keep on moving, keep on rolling, keep on moving, keep on rolling. Feel the way down in your soul and boogie like the days of old. All you need is a little time, leaving troubles far behind. Keep on moving, keep on rolling, keep on moving, keep on rolling.
All right. I like that. I like that. Hey, guess what, guys? I found your drummer.
Better late than never.
All right. You got to say something. Introduce yourself.
My name is Len Minervini, and I'm a drummer. And I'm here. I'm not playing the drums.
And he does look like Clark Kent. So, hey guys, I really think that was cool. I like the electric stuff too. I like both. I like both sides of it. So, what's the best way to get a hold of you guys?
Let's see, we're on Facebook.
Carrier pigeon.
Wise ass singer.
I'm kidding.
We're on
Look at the moon at midnight.
Facebook.com/Infantry Band, and there is a website coming soon. It's infantryband.com. So.
All right. Well, I got to tell you guys, it was a pleasure to have you here, and I really like that you guys are carrying it on, so that when we leave, we'll know it's in good hands. So, we thank you for that. And I just want to let everybody know the Maverick Soul Hour is moving to 6 o'clock on Monday nights. So we'll see how that goes. And we have a new show coming in at 8. And it looks very, very good. So tune into that also. And again, George Fedden, I want to thank you. Michelangelo, I want to thank you. Tom Mealy, Vicky Mealy, and my girl over there, Janine Zarilli, I thank you all. It was a great night here, and I'm glad that you guys finished me up at my 8 o'clock spot. So that's pretty cool. So we're good. We're good. Peace. Be loved. Have a blessed week. We'll see you next week.